Achoo! It's young Sneezy, baby. Throw gang, we are joined by the chief of the chair, the downtown Don Dada. He don't need Molly because he already rolling. He stay blessed because he can't stop sneezing. Call him Illmatic because he puts Queens on the cover. Must be Ken because he found his Barbie. He puts the drip in quadriplegic. Money like his home island. Long. His East rancid because he molded the culture. Yeah, he got a disability. Disability's nuts. The editor Emirati, the operations overlord. Rip the sold out the plastic, got these brands acting new. Running Escape Magazine, yeah, he the chairman of the board. Editor of Sneeze Magazine, Bradley Carbone. Bradley, how the hell are you?
I am doing well, thank you. That's wonderful.
The self-proclaimed Larry Flint of streetwear.
Yeah, pretty good.
Is that
straight from the bio?
James and I were debating whether that's in reference to your job in publishing or the wheelchair or both.
I think it's both, right?
Okay, yeah.
Larry Flynn is the gold wheelchair. I almost got the gold wheelchair in the last re-up.
How often are you like bumping up the model?
You're supposed to do it every 5 years, but like
Okay.
I go hard. So it's for me, it's more like 2 or 3 years.
Damn,
Is
dude.
wheelchair technology moving at the pace of like Tesla now?
It was moving and then COVID like messed everything up.
You want the self-driving joint.
Yeah, where you just sit.
How much is a wheelchair? Top of the line.
This wheelchair is between 40 and 50K.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Do you pimp it out with like spinners or rims or like accessories? You got the V-Lone fucking rims on
I
it?
The
know.
Velone 4Gs
We gotta
on
do
it.
the rims. But basically, yeah, like you can get a million things on it.
Yeah.
But I strip it down as limited as possible.
Oh, so it's like utility.
Yeah. Well,
It's
you
like-
want it to be like tight. It's New York,
Yeah.
right? You wear black.
Oh, right.
You won't.
Right.
You don't want the like
Yeah.
iPad holder
No.
coming up the front.
With the tripod?
You know, where you're like clipping the walls trying to get into
Sure.
the event with the.
It's like the
with
Batmobile in The Batman.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this one runs over rats? Is that what I read that story?
Yeah, it's a different podcast, but yes.
Oh, well, that podcast doesn't matter.
It's the chic Cadillac of wheelchairs. That's what I'm
Exactly.
getting from this.
But there
Bradley.
is a gold one.
Oh, yeah?
And there was like a very serious discussion about doing the gold one, but it's hard, you know, because then you gotta. There's
That's
a lot.
some look at me shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every day you gotta like go against the gold, which I'm getting more into recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, gold watch, gold chain. You know,
Gold wheelchair. Yeah, exactly.
Next
on.
up.
The literal throne.
but I think Larry Flint actually made the chair custom,
I'm sure
the
he
gold
did.
wheelchair.
And is it like gold plated, or the one you would get? Is it gold plated, or is it? It's not solid gold.
No,
I
It's
think if it
so
was
heavy.
solid gold, it would probably
It wouldn't move.
melt. It would also like be all soft. So you hit the curb and it gets kind of sideways out of whack.
Damn. All right.
Well, Bradley, thank you for hosting us in your beautiful crib. The
Thank you for coming.
Oh, of course, man. The first thing we want, this is a long time coming, by the way. We're super excited to have you on the show, finally. The first thing we want to do is a little fit check for you, sir.
Yeah.
Do you want to start top down or bottom up?
Cop style.
You want to go cop style?
No,
or-
I think we'll go. But I was thinking about like the training day cop style. If like Denzel
Oh,
goes
right.
like bottom up or top down.
Ooh, he might go chain first.
Yeah.
You know?
We could go chains first.
Okay, sure. There we go. Denzel style.
What are the chains?
Just right to the mid.
Yeah.
straight to mid.
Yeah, what are the gold chains that you mentioned?
The chains are all, unfortunately, like the chains come from losses, like
Oh.
the constant memory,
Oh.
right? So I got my mom, I got my kid, and now I got Sponto.
Damn.
Damn, bro.
So it's a little heavy to kick it off, but like, you know, that's part of this
Dude,
stuff
chain
too, right?
heavy, literally, man.
Everything is, yeah, hopefully, like for
Everything
now,
heavy.
I can stick to 3 and like,
Yeah.
let's
Well,
keep it
It's all
tight.
dick. It's all dick jokes from here on out for the next
Yeah,
hour and a half.
It's a fucking bummer,
Sorry to
dude.
like come in hard, but
No,
like,
it's all good, bro.
I had this one chain which was done by this guy Lionel Thundercloud who did all of Sponto's jewelry.
That guy's a fire name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean
fire
it's super
clientele.
legit and very real.
Is he an indigenous person, hence Thundercloud, or?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So he's based in Marina Del Rey, and he uses all of the historical techniques.
Oh, shit.
So they make the molds with the volcanic ash. You pour the silver, you know, and you make the jewelry, and then he sources like rare beads that like have all kind of meaning, right?
Nice.
So I have this chain that's it's Mediterranean sea coral, which is the chains that they did for Sponto's Sadie's fit from last year. And then the fits that they eventually buried him in are all kind of these materials.
Wow.
So Lionel is like a very unique guy, and he's indigenous, making indigenous jewelry that looks, or it's basically the Goros
Right.
jewelry, right? So
Right.
like Goros got super hot, making all this native stuff. And this is a conversation that we had. It's like, well, why can't we make the native stuff tight?
natives.
Here on stolen land versus in Japan.
For
real.
natives by natives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't claim to know the Goros like heritage that well, right? But the rumor is that he came, he studied with the Lakota tribe, and that's how.
Oh, really?
That's like the legit check and why it's okay.
Okay. Not a
guess.
vulture.
He's valid. He's valid on the reservation.
Yeah, he checked in with the chief, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you have to.
yeah, I guess.
It's real. But then it was kind of this discussion of like, who's making this stuff and how can we get the real stuff into popular culture?
And so Sponto found this guy Lionel, or just knew him
Yes.
through like
as
the
far as
fucking
I
LA?
know, that's how it happened.
Got it.
You know, but I think that everybody's kind of been connecting through,
Yeah.
and for me, it's very interesting. I'm obviously white. I'm kind of from the class that is not what's up right now, right? Straight,
you
white,
male ass motherfucker.
came from a stable family, like all the things that are not
Yeah.
cool right now.
I think your hometown is actually named after a displaced indigenous tribe. No.
Yes, yes.
Tough scene.
But I
mean,
kind of
mine
got to
too.
meet a lot of these people, and obviously some like very unique, very wonderful guys that I've met through Sponto, West Coast kind of thing. But it's also kind of like, how do we evolve my culture is not your costume
Sure.
into like what's real, and like how can this stuff get out? Because I think because of that tagline got so hardcore that now people are gun shy to wear anything
Right.
indigenous related.
But we still
Right.
gotta pay these people for their craft.
Yeah.
Sure.
Put
But
money in
al-
the right pockets.
Yeah, and also like if these people are making it and it's sick, how do we bridge the gap and make it okay?
Right.
Right.
Like sick wovens,
I mean, the
blankets,
Levi's collab kind of did
fabrics.
that. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yes.
with like motifs that maybe are true to more indigenous cultures, but are like wearable. If you just love, I don't know, just fire aesthetics.
Fire aesthetics and infographics for Instagram for sure.
Yeah, and also putting it in a place where it's okay.
Yeah.
Right? So like here's somebody that's he's part of mainstream culture, he's part of indigenous culture. And so like let's bridge the gap, bring this in and get it co-signed correctly so it's okay.
Right.
Love that.
And you do check in.
Yeah.
Right? But for that project, he went to the res and he kind of met with everybody and
Cosign.
got it cleared.
I like that.
The music and the dancing was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for real.
All right, that was a chain acknowledgement. What do you want to do next in the fit
Sorry.
check?
We get sideways right away.
No,
but
that was. Thank
No,
you.
we've never had someone start with the hardware, so I really don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah,
It's
where
a
do you wanna
choose your own
go?
adventure.
Now
Where
we
would you
start
like
with
to
the
go
bottom,
next?
right?
Okay.
Because
Okay.
kind of one of my defining characteristics is the wheelchair, and that's as close as we get to the ground.
No, true.
Stay
right?
rooted.
So we've already kind of said what that costs. It ranges. But yeah, I got the wheelchair. It's Permobil F5, hyper technical.
You know how like when kids do on TikTok do fit checks now, and it's all about what it costs, which I personally don't like. You could fucking outflex anybody when it comes to just like the cost of the fit, where you're just like, yeah, 50K. I'm sitting
Yeah.
on 50K right now.
Just to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Just the foundation to get
Yeah.
it started, dude. 50 racks out the door.
Yeah.
Literally.
And so it's Permobil, which is really bad if you're in a wheelchair because it sounds like permanent mobile. But I think the guy that started, his name is Per.
Oh.
So he's
French?
I think it's Swedish or Norwegian.
Oh, fire.
And
So-
so he's just some genius, and he called it Permobil after himself. But then in English, it doesn't really translate
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah. But you got the sleek Scandinavian chicness.
Yeah. And so I kind of wear the same thing every day. So like my fit checks are pretty
You're
straightforward.
a uniform dresser.
Well,
Yeah.
these sneakers are.
Yeah, let's talk about
They
it.
feel special
Let's start with
occasion-y.
sneakers.
I knew right away, baby.
These are Adidas RAF 2012.
This was like right when you started at Adidas, right?
Yeah, halfway through. So maybe
Okay.
2012, 2013.
Yeah. He's had the streets in a motherfucking headlock with the fashion boys, dude.
Yeah, it
Half
was
of the
crazy.
Grailed office at the time was fucking rocking these, dude.
I still have a few pairs, and I found these like when I was doing the Throwing Fits Bazaar.
Oh,
I went
shit.
through all my stuff, and these were in perfect shape. And I was like, you know what? It's great. So we'll get through Fashion Week, and we put them back into storage and see when they come back out
And these are
again.
the best colorway.
Yeah, absolutely.
ASAP
Very
Rocky
good.
approved, I believe.
Yes.
Socks?
Well, basically, the shoes. They made these shoes because Raf couldn't figure out how to make shoes at the time.
Like sneakers.
Well, he'd
Yeah.
been making sneakers, but the thing always was like if anyone was reselling like Raf Simons like proper sneakers, they like fall apart like right away.
That's what
They
happened.
were trash.
So he made these shoes are called this line was called As We Go.
Yeah.
So he made a sneaker that was a Raf sneaker first.
Yeah.
But they were
And it sucked.
charging upwards of $600-700 and they were falling apart.
And which back in the day, back in 2012, was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah.
Insane.
Also, because the reseller market was much more quiet, so it wasn't you bought shoes when they came out. It was, and if you really had to get them, you paid for it,
And fashion sneakers were kind of just revving up at the time.
and they weren't really approved either.
No,
Really?
Yeah,
they sucked. Except
yeah,
for
and
like Rick's.
it was just like you didn't. That was probably right at the bridge, I think.
The Ralph Simmons, Rick Owens, usually what I'm dressed in kind of.
Y3 Yoji
Yeah,
was like
Y3 was
the big one. But yeah, I feel like this actually was also kind of like the harbinger of like where we are now.
So we have you
Yeah.
to blame. You and Raph and Adidas.
Yeah.
Thanks for nothing,
But that
bro.
was a great time, right? Because we
Yeah.
did. I went on a little bit earlier, right when Y3 was picking up speed. Then we did Raph, we did Rick. You know, that was real stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, like going
pre-Yeezy.
sideways.
Yeah.
All
Right, and then
pre-StockX.
Yeezy kind of drafted off all of that.
course.
That's where that all came from.
I mean, I'm sure Kanye was wearing all that stuff anyway. I know he was a big fucking Y3 guy, I feel like, for a
was,
minute
yeah.
there. That and
Yeah.
like Visvim.
And
Anyway.
Rocky was huge too,
Yeah.
right? That's kind of how I
absolutely.
first met Rocky, letting him into the Y3 sample sale.
Did he spend money or were you just like, pull whatever you want?
It was pretty early, and no one even knew who he was.
Right.
Right? So I knew who he was, and his manager was like, "Oh, can we get him into the sample sale before everybody else?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. You know, I got him." But I had to take him in, and no one in the office knew who he was.
Who's this pretty motherfucker?
Yeah, right?
For real.